Kitty could only think about two things: the run in her stockings and the act of treason she was about to commit. She sat on a love seat in the lavish Southview office in the Executive Manor, the home and headquarters of the president. This would be her third one-on-one interview with President Ramos since the start of her journalism career, but she still hadn't gotten used to the opulence of this office. The lovely crimson drapes of imported silk from the under aisles, the stony-eyed portraits of past presidents on the walls, the storied hammer desk made of wood from the famous fort where 200 years ago the first president of Admar, Rudgar Maddox, had made his stand, holding off the magic-wielding savages armed with nothing but a hammer and 13 kegs of gunpowder, then founding the current republic. Kitty knew she should be taking it all in and jotting notes. Instead, she drummed her pen upon her notebook, jittery with impatience. The president was late, she realized with a glance at the clock. That wasn't good. But Langford would adapt. He always adapted. Suddenly, the door swung open so fast its wind pushed Kitty's short blonde hair back. In rushed President Ramos, calling over his shoulder to his chief aide. "Go on ahead. Just send the car back for me." She stood as he banged the door shut and wheeled to face her. "Miss Rowley, how's the prettiest reporter in Ironburg?" he asked, giving her a hug and a kiss that landed uncomfortably close to the corner of her lips. Of course, it was never difficult for her to get close to men. That was probably why Langford had picked her for this particular task. Still, her heart pounded violently, and she had to clasp her hands together to keep them from shaking. "I'm fine. How are you?" she asked, the usual brass in her voice replaced with false timidity. "Never better," he said, loosening his tie and sitting down on the couch. He glanced at his watch. "My aides are up my ass about the schedule today, however. You have 9 minutes. "Oh, that's fine. It won't even take that long." Kitty sat down next to Ramos. The president's eyes went from her chest down to the notebook in her hand, but she was already leaning forward, setting it on the coffee table in front of her. She hiked up her skirt and threw one leg over the president, straddling him. He gave a surprised laugh, staving her off with hands on her shoulders. "Whoa, Miss Rowley, I'm flattered, but I'm a married man." "Aw, he's a good guy," she thought. That only made what she was about to do worse.